Marital crisis. Sometimes I wonder why marriage that should have been the best thing that can happen to couples have become one of the most painful thing happening in many people's lives. One thing is to be willing to get married, another thing is to be married to someone that will be willing to please your interest. Many have found potential live partners whom may seems to be the dream fulfilling person you have been praying for, but unfortunately, when you take them for marriage, they began to mind their own business and treat you like you don't exist in their life. All you begin to see is opposite of what you would have expected, such as rejection for acceptance, hatred for love, disapproval for approval, disrespect for respect, ignored for recognition, everyday argument for understanding, pride for humility, resentment for cheerfulness, which then lead to so much pain and sorrow instead of joy and peace. This had caused many broken marriages, homes and relationships which should have led to destiny fulfillment to destiny truncation and shattered dreams. What can really be the cause of these problems? I will take the causes for every marital crisis from the Bible. There are two things that can cause the problem in every marriage which I will tell you and explain how from the Bible. If you open to the book of Ephesians 5:21-33 and read, you will understand what the Bible has recommended for the success of marriage, which are submissiveness and love. If these two things are properly in place, there won't be problem, but when they are lacking, problem must be in that marriage. Let's talk about the wife's submissiveness to her husband. The Bible emphasis on wives being submissive to their own husband in all things if they want to find peace and happiness in their marriage. This means letting the will of your husband to be done always and in everything and letting him be in total control to everything. A woman who respects her husband's interest, will and desires all the time should never have problem in her marriage. The fact is that the husband ought to be the most respected person in a woman's life after God. She is to put all attention on him, putting all effort within her capacity to see that he succeeds. That is total submissiveness. Marriage is an institution where the man is the head, the wife his assistant, and the children are the members of the institution. The head is responsible for the vision of the family, his assistant and other members can also suggest, or contribute, but all of them must always respect the wish and desire of their father who is the head and work together to achieve his dream. Note that this should not stop the woman dream from manifesting also, but should also be actualized through the man and without going against the man's will. Let's talk about the man's love for his wife. The Bible talks about the man loving the wife. This has to do with the man trying by all means to make sure you provide for her needs, because it's written her needs will come from the man. Not loving any other person erotically and trying not to hurt her feelings. Any man who tried to maintain these three principles for his wife, such as providing her needs, not sharing your love with others women and trying not lay hand on her or insult her mentally or emotionally and not taking her submissiveness for granted, the man should never find any problem in his marriage. I have had some persons said, if the man love his wife, the wife will submit, and others will say if the woman submit, the man will love her. But I tell you that each of them are not to wait for the other perfection before you do your responsibility, but rather you are to focus on your responsibility as a responsible spouse, and if your partner is weak in his or her own, yours can help in changing the person. Note, there are some persons in marriage who are bad. They never take correction, they never apologize for their wrongs and mistakes. They always keep claiming right in their wrongs, no matter how you try to live right. It means nothing to them. You may not be able to satisfy them. Keep praying in your good work. Time shall tell. Your labor of good works will never be a waste. If you have your own view on how to handle crisis in marriage, you can drop it at the comments section, and please help me to keep coming out with good contents like this by liking, sharing and subscribing to my channels. Thank you.